Yes, people, welcome back. Another weekend. Football is on right now, but the football don't seem to be the big story, if I'm totally honest with you. The big story is Marcus Rashford is leaving Manchester United after making his debut as a teenager, winning 5 trophies, being through about 5 different managers, playing for England, scoring in big games, having some great moments in the United shirt. The time has come. It's over. Marcus Rashford, Manchester United, the partnership is done. It's at an end. You will never see him play in a Manchester United shirt again, which sounds mad to say because I never thought it would be like this. I never thought the ending would be like this. But it is, guys. It truly is the end of Marcus Rashford and Manchester United now. Big news. I had to go live today because I just think like I'd done a show yesterday talking about why he should go to Aston Villa. I think it was the right move for him. But now it's like, whoa, it actually is happening. It actually is happening. It's so close now with a few days to go in the transfer window. It looks like this deal is going to be done. Guys, if you are here, like and subscribe as always. Make sure you're checking out all the live content. Make sure you're checking out the videos as well. Aston Villa are close to agreeing a deal with Sam Marcus Rashford on loan for Man United. Still work to do, but the 27-year-old now expected to join. Likely to include a buy option as well, people. Likely to include a buy option. That goes to show that he's done. Whether it's going to be Aston Villa or another club in the summer, he's definitely leaving. 100%, he's out the door. And the interesting part for me on this is that he's leaving with a buy option. It's like, how much would he cost? How much would the buy option be? Are they going to agree that before he goes, which is probably what you'd think Villa would want to do? Because what you don't want to see happen is Marcus Rashford leave and go to Aston Villa and smash it. And all of a sudden, Manchester United can say, yeah, okay, we want this amount. It's going to have to be an offer where it's like, okay, we're going to loan him and then we're going to buy him with an option of maybe, say, 40 million. Let me just put that out. Let me just say, 30 million, 40 million. That's what I think. You cannot, and I'll put this back up in a second, guys, but I've got to come on big screen for this. You cannot sell Marcus Rashford for anything like this. I'm sorry, Mohammed. Big up for coming through, and I hope you're enjoying the content. It cannot be 25 million. Surely not. Surely not. Not for Marcus Rashford. He's 27. He's still technically in his prime in terms of the age. I don't think physically he's in his prime. I think he is regressing. I think we've seen with the injuries, the lack of pace, the lack of explosion in his game now. I don't think Marcus Rashford is the same player as he once was. And that's fine to say. There's nothing wrong with saying that. But I just don't think that you can sell Marcus Rashford for 25 million. If you guys agree with Mohammed, let me know if you guys disagree. I hear it, Mohammed. He's on 300k. I get it. I hear you, bro. And if that was happening, then that's fine. But we have got to get 30 million plus. We have to. If it's a loan plus option, his deal runs until 2028. He's on 300 grand a week. So we need to get the wages off. Obviously, with the FPR regulations and stuff like that, that's money straight into our account, which helps us when we go into the summer window. But we cannot be letting go of Marcus Rashford for less than 30 million. For me, I would like 40 million. I think generally with someone on his contract, 28, an England international, 27 years of age, going to technically a rival because Aston Villa are competing for the same sort of things as us. Come on, man. 35 minimum, surely. This is still Marcus Rashford, and I know he's not been great last season, and he's fell out with the manager now, and he's not working at Man United, but still, don't let that cloud your judgment of what Marcus Rashford can bring to Aston Villa. He can definitely bring numbers. He can definitely bring goals. He can still score in the Premier League. You know, he's shown that under Ten Hag. He's shown that under, I think it was the season with Ollie. And then I think he's had another season where he's got 15 plus in the league. I think he's always had a hot, cold season. But it just goes to show that he can still chip in and get you some valuable goals in the Premier League, 100%. And when you look at Aston Villa as well, right? I said it yesterday. In terms of what they're doing at the moment, you've got Morgan Rogers, who's a very good player, very young, of course. The best is yet to come from him. You've got Ollie Watkins that is starting at the moment, 100%. John Duran's left now, gone to Al Nassr. You look at the right-hand side, Leon Bailey's okay, hot and cold. Donyell Mallin's just signed from obviously Borussia Dortmund. You've got Jacob Ramsey playing on the left for Aston Villa. That spot is vacant. Like, I'm not disrespecting Jacob Ramsey, but if you're Marcus Rashford, you're going to Aston Villa, and you should probably automatically be starting on the left-hand side because of what you can bring Aston Villa with the goals and assists and your reputation, the energy that you're going to probably provide to the Aston Villa fans. I know a lot of Aston Villa fans like Jacob Ramsey, by the way, because he works hard, he does the hard yards, and I get that. And every team needs someone like Jacob Ramsey or like them John McGinns. You know, they chip in, they work hard. I get that, and I'm all for Jacob Ramsey being in the squad at Aston Villa. John McGinn, similar. But when you've got someone like Marcus Rashford, that gives you excitement to the fans. That gives you we've actually signed someone like Marcus Rashford. The global side of things is going to pick up for Aston Villa as well, because a lot of kids, Rashford's been a trendsetter. You know what it's like in this day and age. Him going to Aston Villa, linking up with Watkins, Rodgers, that trio is nice. If they can all link up and play well, Rashford, Watkins, and Rodgers is a great trio. You've got someone that stretches the play in Watkins, works hard, runs in behind, can link it up as well. Rashford then can play on the left, make them darting runs a bit like how Heung-min Son used to do it for Kane. Watkins dropping in, Rashford darting off down the left-hand side. Then you've got Rodgers, who can do a bit of everything. Can play passes, can create, can score, can ball carry. I really like the front three. I'm a Man United fan, but I want Rashford to go and play well and be happy and live life. You know, he's been down, and I don't want anyone to be down in any walk of life. That front three with Rashford, Watkins, and Rodgers has great balance, has versatility. That can get you goals. Like, let's be real, guys. You're watching this right now. And when you think about it, I sound like Alan Sugar trying to sell something to you lot at The Apprentice. But I've got to be real. You know, Unai Emery wants him. Like Game was saying, the manager wants him. He's got the England contingent there. He wants to get back into the England fold. We saw, what's his name? Thomas Tuchel, the England manager, at the game the other day for Aston Villa. He's interested in watching Aston Villa because there's players like Konsa, Rodgers, Watkins there. Now you throw Rashford into the fold, and that front three is cooking. That front three is cooking. I don't know why I'm cooking with a comb, but it is. And like, you know what, Sam? Maybe Man United go and move for Tel now. Maybe that is the move, because I know we need someone to leave for a player to come in. Dorgu was the one we were going to go and get. No matter what, guys, Dorgu was going to go and be had. We needed a wing back. We needed to go and spend that money on him. But now we're tight. We need something to release from the wages or whatever it is to go and get a loan or get someone to come in. And Marcus Rashford is the perfect occupant guy to do that. 300k a week he's on. Contract till 2028. Villa going to take him on loan. We get someone in. We need an attacker. Man United are not scoring goals that much at the moment. Yeah, we look bright against Bucharest, but we know we're not consistent. Xerxes Højlund, Garnacho, Bruno, Ahmad, love you, but Bruno, we need to go and get someone in. And maybe Mathys Tel will be looking at this moment, an opportunity, and thinking, okay, I can sometimes play up top, or I can play off the left in the left 10 and rotate with Garnacho, whoever it is. I've got a chance to go and play. I've got a chance to go and get minutes. Mathys Tel must be looking at this now thinking, right, if Rashford goes, this is my perfect opportunity. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Rashford going and Tel coming in. And do you know what's funny as well? I'm not saying they're exactly similar, but they're a little bit similar in terms of, you know, the profile. The younger Rashford, Tel can cut in onto his right foot. He's quite explosive. I think what Tel has similar to Mason Greenwood is that he's a sharpshooter. When I look at players that don't need no backlift, they just shoot out of nowhere. If you've watched Mathys Tel, he's not the type of player that's just going to be like cutting in. You're like, right, he's going to shoot. He can cut in and bang. Do you remember when Greenwood scored against Aston Villa in lockdown? I don't know if you guys remember. Martial played the ball to him, edge of the box. Greenwood just touch, bang. Like, that's what Mathys Tel can bring. That's a surprising package. And I think we do make a move for him now, Sam. I've got to be real. I think we make a move for Tel. Big up Sabusio. Love that, Kamalo. Hope you're good, my brother. Happy Saturday. Villa got the money. Saudis just gave them a bag. Yeah, they've got money as well. And what they'll do, they'll get Rashford on loan with an option. And it'd be perfect for them because Aston Villa are going to be looking at it like, okay, we're getting Marcus Rashford for 4 or 5 months. If it works and he does cook and he fits in with Rodgers and Watkins and stuff, we'll go and buy him. That's fine. But Rashford, you're going to have to reduce your wages, but you're getting first-team football. You're in a new environment now. It's a new lease of life. You've been at Man United all your career. It's like a perfect reset for Marcus Rashford. He needs it on and off the pitch. So you're going to have to say, look, the wages, let's rein it back a bit. Are you mentally going to be happier? Are you mentally going to be in a better place, Marcus Rashford? Yes, you are. So if you're playing well at Aston Villa, it's a no-brainer to go there. It's a good club. It's a good club, a well-run club, a team on the up. Monkey and the sporting director who was at Sevilla before. They're serious. They're not mucking about Aston Villa. Unai Emery signed a long-term deal. They're in a stable place. It's the type of place where someone like Marcus Rashford would want to go because it's an environment that people are happy in. And no offense to John Duran, right? A talented footballer, but John Duran was a bit of a bad egg at Aston Villa. Rubbed up a few players the wrong way, as you know, and as you've seen in reports. Now they've got rid of a bit of that bad egg. There's not really any line around. The culture's kind of all uplifted again at Aston Villa, and Rashford's going to sit into that. So, do you know what I mean, guys? Cunha, I wish we ain't going to spend the money on Cunha. That's a summer job. He's going to be linked to so many clubs in the summer. I got this from Asda. It's so nice. It's called a Snoody. I got Rance one. Haj got one. Saeed got one. I put all the man them on it. Yeah, man. So it's called a Snoody, but it's cozy, man. No zip or nothing as well. Just a jumper, baggy, but cozy material, man. If he goes to Villa, I hope I still get my 3 meals. Oh, you joker, Grace. Malacia has agreed to join Benfica on loan. Negotiations are underway. Yeah, that's a move that makes sense for them. They've got obviously Alvaro Fernandez from us. Malacia, they can rotate there. And Malacia doesn't quite suit this formation, if I'm totally honest. So I think, yeah, do you know what? It's the right move for him. 100%. To put it into context, Rashford would earn double Villa's highest wage earner at 150k. 25 million is fair. If he's on normal wages, I'd agree. I think we need to be getting... What do you think, guys? I think we need to be getting more. I think we need to be getting like the 35 upwards. Yeah, I agree with Dan. I'm with you on that, especially if it's a loan to buy option. But do you know what's mad about this, guys, is actually like... It's a little bit sad, you know? Like, I got to be real. I didn't want it to end like this. I didn't want it to end like this for Rashford. There's something about him that, like, his intentions were that he wanted the best for himself and Man United, and he probably wanted to win leagues and be competing at the highest level. But he's gone through some obstacles with the injuries, the Ollie time, and then obviously Ten Hag coming in, having a brilliant season with Ten Hag, didn't work out last year, and then Amorim saying, look, this is my style. This is my plan. He put up a photo saying great training on the first training session. And then after the Everton game where we won 4-0, and that was Amorim's best win so far as a United manager, Rashford it's just gone backwards. It's just gone backwards. Not probably great for the environment. Amorim's having to come out and talk about it every week. And Man United are trying to move on this direction, you know, and Amorim's trying to move on this direction. And now, you know, it's come to a horrible ending, really. I would rather Rashford had left, you know, on good terms, maybe seeing him in a United shirt again. But now, like, we're not going to see him in a United shirt again. Some fans might even boo him when he leaves and comes back and plays for Villa against United, potentially, if he's in the Premier League and stays in the Premier League. Like, it didn't need to be like this. Do you know what I mean? It's just a shame. And I hope for Rashford as well, like, with this move, I want him to get back to enjoying himself and scoring goals. But I hope off the field as well, he just sorts himself out. I know he struggled, man. I really do. Like, I know it's football. When we're football fans, some people are going to be like, yeah, get Rashford gone. I'm buzzing. He's gone. Yeah, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's me that's saying, like, I wish he left on better terms. I think he could have been, you know, I wish we could have seen if he really could have tried and made it work here, but it hasn't. And I just hope that he can sort himself off the pitch, because if he doesn't and he goes to Aston Villa and it fails, it just says a lot about what reports or what's been suggested is happening in recent months. His hunger's gone. He's not the player he once was. And all of a sudden, you're playing in Turkey at Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. Besiktas with Oli. Besiktas with Oli. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Rashford should be there. But all of a sudden, it doesn't work at Aston Villa. He starts performing worse. And all of a sudden, you're at Besiktas with Oli and you've got 2.0. Rashford and Oli again, which some people might love. Big up my boy R-Biz. He loves Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So, Yeah, man. I think this deal works for both parties. I think it had to happen. Like, ultimately, there wasn't a part of me that was like, yeah, do you know what? I want Rashford to stay and try and work it out, because I just feel like him and his journey at Man United has run its course. And I also think physically, Rashford is on the decline. And you've seen with the way Amorim plays, he needs high energy players. He needs mobile players. He needs players that are flexible. They can rotate. They can be fluid, transition. They can mix it up. Rashford just doesn't suit it. He suits a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 like Aston Villa play. Be out wide, be in more 1v1 situations, cutbacks for Rodgers, Watkins, or running beyond Watkins like Heung-min Son used to do when Kane was playing. It suits Marcus Rashford for what he's going to do at Villa. Whereas with Man United, I just feel like we play with the 2-10s. Garnacho is trying to make it work and trying to work hard. I don't think it will work long run for Garnacho, but I think at least he's making an effort. He's training. He's getting his head down. He's showing the right signs to Amorim to say, look, I want Rashford to leave before Garnacho. And I hear it. So that's why Rashford definitely leaves before Garnacho, and the wages as well. And the fact that Rashford has also voiced that he's ready for a new chapter. If you're at work and you say, look, yeah, do you know what? I'm ready for a new challenge. I'm ready. Work are probably going to sack you before you decide to leave and find the right job. Obviously, in football, you can't do that. But the quickest thing you can do is get the player out of the club in the next transfer window. And that's what you're doing now. Man United, Amorim, INEOS, and so forth, they want players that want to be at the club. They want players that are going to work hard. They want players that want to make a difference, because right now we're having a crap season. That is the truth, guys. We are having a crap season. It's been poor. We're 13th in the league or 12th in the league. We've gone through the Europa League, fair play. We're still in the FA Cup, cool. Obviously out the Carabao Cup. But in terms of the league position, which I think is people's bread and butter, people look at your season really by the league. 38 games. That's where you can show your consistency. We haven't shown that consistency. So Man United need players that are going to fight, players that are going to work extra hard. And Rashford ain't going to do that right now. He's probably been called out, on his training, and maybe rightly so, maybe wrongly so. I don't know, because of course I'm not there. Rashford might feel like he's been training hard. Amorim might say, no, you're not making the effort, and you've got to believe who you want to believe. But Rashford's made it clear he wants to leave the club. Rashford, for me, at Man United, 10 years, he's done everything he possibly could. He's tried. He's made some great moments, had some bad spells. Mentally, it's been a roller coaster, and this move is not a shock, because if he left 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been surprised. If he left a year ago, I wouldn't have been surprised. If he's leaving now, I'm not surprised. It's always been something that's in the air. It's always been something that's in the air. The only difference between Rashford leaving now and probably not leaving 3 years ago is the money we get for him. I remember, funny enough, if you guys remember when I first my signal's messing up. One sec, guys. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi. I wanna say this actually, because you guys might remember if you've been on the journey, right? When I used to do Trafford Tunnel with Harge. Don't know if you guys might know Harge. If you don't, wicked guy, Hargeball, on YouTube. We were talking about Rashford, and I'm sure that he said Rashford is £100 million player. Him or Sarfo, one of them said that Rashford would go for 100 million plus, and that was 3 years ago. That goes to show the level that Rashford was maybe playing that on and off, but also people thought he could get to, or also what his value was to Manchester United. This is when PSG were linked and stuff like that. People were saying 100 million for Rashford 3 years ago. And now I'm debating with you guys in the chat about if we can get 35 million to 40 million, which is what I think we should be getting for. And I've got other people, obviously with their opinion, which you're entitled to, of course, saying 25 million. And I'm like, whoa, Marcus Rashford for 25 million. If he goes to Villa and cooks, they've got an absolute bargain in today's society. I know the wages come into it, and it's like, what, Man United can get him off the books and that's straight profit. But still, have some dignity, man. We've got Dorgu coming in for what my man just said, 25 million, Rashford leaving to Villa for, an experienced 27-year-old attacker. Do you know what I mean? Dorgu, 1 season at Lecce. Do you know what I mean? And we're paying 25 million plus for that, and someone's saying sell Rashford for 25 million. That can't run with me, man. That can't run with me, guys. Yes, Dan, you remember? Yeah, man, trust me. Mental, wasn't it? 100 million was saying about Rashford 3 years ago. Guys, make sure I like in the video, by the way. I know there's nearly 40 of you in the building. If you can all like the video, that gets me to 30 likes. That then helps me reach a new audience and reach new people. I'm trying to do a bit more content now. You see it daily, either videos or uploads. So please do like the video if you're new, and subscribe, because obviously, you know me, I just interact with you guys, but it helps me reach a new audience. So that like button is so important. Like, I don't want to beg, but it's so important. So please bang, 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 bang. I'm already predicting it from the media. Rashford scores Villa. Rashford back to his best. Big up, Grace. I know, like, the way Rashford has been probably portrayed or looked on in the media negatively a bit because he's at Man United. I reckon if he goes to Villa, it's going to be like a positive spin. 100%. Rashford United made a mistake letting Rashford go. Maybe was it Amorim's fault? Like, if he does well, you can see the spin. And that's what the media do. It gets clicks. It gets people talking. I can already see it as well. Just in Thai, MUFC have made their interest in loan for Mathys Tel for Bayern Munich. The move appeals to the player. That's Dharmesh Seth from Sky Sports. I think this one has legs now. I think Man United was sitting tight on, is Rashford going to leave? Is Garnacho going to leave? If so, we need to go and get a replacement, of course. And a loan for Tel works. A loan with Rashford going to Aston Villa. Perfect. A loan for Tel coming in with an option to buy. Not an obligation. A loan with an option, just like Villa are doing for us. That's then a win-win for everyone. Because if Rashford goes to Villa on loan and cooks, we get our money. If Tel comes in and does well, we then buy him. And we'll probably get him for a decent-ish price because he wants to leave Bayern and also he's not playing at Bayern. But when you get an option, it's like, right, you can actually see how hungry they are if they fit the system. You can't go wrong. There's no one that can tell me in the chat, I don't want Tel. If you were 60 million and we're paying for it, I would agree. There'd be a conversation. I'm like, I don't know if I'd want him. I actually would say no. If we're going to spend 60 million on Tel, hold fire and get Acuna for 70 million in the summer. Premier League proven, more experience, got the age. I wouldn't buy Tel straight away now. If it's a loan with an option, yes. All day, it makes sense with Rashford going to Aston Villa. Can play up top, even though he's small in frame, so I don't think he'll be physically made for the Prem as a number 9, but he's an option, but also off the left in the left 10. Perfect. Yeah, smash the like button, people. Big up, Dan. Smash the like. Big up, Paddy, as well in the building again. Where are you from, Paddy, by the way? Are you in England or are you in Ireland? Because I know obviously Paddy's an Irish name as well. So thank you for watching as well. Appreciate it. Confirm Tel's not even on the bench. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's not in the squad. I've been told that as well. He went in the squad, but now it's obviously come out. But I saw this morning he went in the squad. So yeah, there's definitely legs with this one, man. So it looks like it's gonna, yeah, big up Paddy. I thought so. My name's Tyrone, County Tyrone. It's an Irish name. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do think this next 2 days, it looks like it's simple as this. Rashford leaves for Aston Villa and Tel probably comes to us. And the big thing, guys, as well, is that Tel is actually interested in Man United. Like, this is not Man United just going to Bayern Munich and saying, okay, you've got a player on loan that wants to leave. We want to sign him. No. Mathys Tel's turned down Spurs and he likes the idea of coming to Manchester United. I can tell you that. I know he does. You know? And it makes sense. Amorim's a manager that believes in the youth. Amorim's a manager that's got good man management. And that is so key when you look at I'm a bit older, right? I was in that generation. Yeah, I'm in my early 30s, right? If you guys are younger or older, you'll relate. But anyway, I was in that era where I used to go out and knock for my friends on the door, and if they're not at home, I've got to go and find them. No mobiles. You've got to try and guess where they are. If you say you're going to meet at 10 o'clock, if you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. So I've gone through that era. Then when I was getting into my middle teenage years, PlayStation come out with online and you started getting Call of Duty and stuff like that. Then you could play online with your friends and arrange to meet up. MSN, you know, BlackBerry. I've gone through I was at perfect age for seeing both sides of it, before the era and after. And what I feel like now is I've got loads of nephews, right? I've got 7 nephews aged from 2 to 16. Some of you lot are probably watching who are that age. And my oldest nephew don't believe it when I say what it used to be like for me when I was growing up. But now I feel like with social media and the way people are sensitive and stuff online, you've got to be able to handle people. And that's what I love about me, and even in my job and stuff. I work with schools and that's what I do. And I work with teachers and whatnot. But like, it's getting down to the level with the schools, the kids and the people and understanding them. And I'm a people's person. I think you guys can probably tell with the way I react with you guys. I'm just, you know, people stop me in the street. Oh, you're man, them talk. I always show love. I always chat to people. It's about people skills and understanding in this day and age with the younger generation and younger footballers and stuff. They're sensitive. They need to be handled correctly. And I think that's why managers may be like, Mourinho, the old school managers, they struggle a bit with that because they're stuck in their ways a bit more from the older days. Whereas now, you need to be a mic went off there. Sorry, guys, my mic went off there. You need to be better with your man management, understanding people. And that's what Amorim has. I think one thing about Amorim, the way he speaks and the way he comes across when defending players, or talking about players and managing Lenny Yoro, for example, managing Ahmad and the way he is, you can see he's got people skills. He said when it's an interview, when his first interview, right? This is what I loved about Amorim. When it was his first interview, right, at Manchester United, he said it's not just about, you know, getting results and so forth. It's about understanding the players, knowing them individually. Amorim said, I've been a starter when I was playing football. I've been a bench player. I've had to play right wing. I've had to play right back. I've had to play centre mid. I've had to do everything. I've played for Portugal as a starter for a few games. I've also been in the bench and been on the squad and never been used. I loved it. I loved it. Because he's been in every scenario that these players either coming into Manchester United or the players that are at the club now are feeling. He's been in. He can relate to them. So when you've got someone like Mathys Tel, who's not playing at Bayern Munich, believes in his talent, he's going to a manager that already knows about youth. Look what he's done with Coenda and stuff like that at Sporting Lisbon. Amorim can put his arm around him and say, look, if you understand my philosophy, if you work hard, Mathys, you will get your opportunities. If you play well, Mathys, I will sign you in the summer. Because Amorim's clear. He doesn't care about having the best names. He wants players that work for his system, that work hard. And Tel's going to come with that hunger, that desire. And look, no offense, Rashford doesn't have that for Man United. He might at Aston Villa. Rashford doesn't have that hunger and desire for Man United right now. We're in a position where we're in the Europa League still. We're in the FA Cup still. We need players that want it. And Tel would want it. He's a young French international. You know that, you know, when you look at France, they're not having loads of strikers right now, yeah, coming through. You've got Mbappe, but he probably plays on the wing more. But Giroud's done. Kolo Muani's a bit up and down with his Juve loan. There's a chance for Tel and these younger players or someone out there to get into this France national squad come next year, World Cup 2026. For Mathys Tel, at 19 years of age, the next move is massive for him. He needs to make the right move. And if it's Man United on loan and it works, perfect. And that's why I'm all for it, because we need an attacker. We need someone that can play left. We need someone that can play up front with ambition, a bit of pace about them. We missed that. Man United a bit flat. I'm hoping that if we get Tel, it works out, because it'll be a very good loan move, people. It will be very good loan move. Let me get some of the comments here. Make sure you're liking this video, guys. If you haven't already, it's so important that you hit that like button. Obviously, I'm a new channel. You might see me on Rant, Saeed TV and stuff like that. I'm just trying to give you great content. But that like button helps me reach new people. That's how it works. When you get to 30 likes and 50 likes and stuff like that, it will send your video, what you're watching out, to other people. So please, if you like this content, please do like the video. It helps so much. Someone said, INEOS definitely adamant about building a young squad to develop with. Yep, love it. Love the version of Aiden Heaven, a cheap backup option. Yeah, perfect. He's already going to be in the first team squad. Jason Wilcox has come out and said that. I think Johnny Evans leaves obviously in the summer. Victor Lindelof leaves in the summer. We've already got a centre back. Maguire staying as well. Someone said is that if you look at Maguire staying, that allows us to spend money and invest elsewhere. It doesn't have to be in centre back now. We've got Hayden. Heaven. So we've got Heaven. We've got Maguire staying on for one more year. And Maguire's fine in a back three, guys. I'm not moaning at that. He's fine. He can drop a 7 out of 10. I know he gets done a few times here and there, but it's cool. It's cool. Lenny Yoro will be better next year as well. So that is a smart move. And yes, you're right. INEOS are trying to build a young squad. And it's not even that they're trying to build a young squad, right? Let me just have a drink, guys. It's the fact that INEOS are building a young squad that will suit any manager. Because if Amorim doesn't quite work out, players like Tel, players like Coenda, who's going to come in the summer, hopefully, can play wing and wing back. Dorgu can play left back. That's fine. Left wing back. We're getting people in that, okay, no matter what, if Amorim didn't work out in a year or 2 years, the next manager will come in and not be like, right, I've got scrubs. I need to now rip it out again. We need players that are good and potentially can be worked on and, you know, can fit into any manager's mold because they're good players. Not now where Amorim's coming and we're already thinking, right, we need to get rid of this man, this man, this man, this man, this man. How many men would you lot keep? You're probably not keeping more than 6 or 7 of them. Do you get what I'm saying? So we're on that position now where we need to get rid of players, but the ones that are coming in have got to be good. I still think we need a striker. Yeah, that'll happen in the summer. That will happen in the summer, 100%. Big up, someone said as well. Make sure you smash the like button. People appreciate it. As always, get your comments in as well. If you want me to read them out or look at it at all. Big up, Ty. Quality live as always, mate. Oh, I love that, man. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. And I always see you in the comments as well. Dan, you're one of them names as well. Like I just remember. So that's what happens. Once I start doing lives, I always remember like Elite Baller as well. Always hear someone says here now, starting to remember Gamer TV. So yeah, guys, man, I do massively appreciate it. Paddy's coming in, and now I've started lives again and doing it regular. I'll start remembering more names and more names. So yeah, the boss said we'll see an idea, and I'm seeing it for sure. This is interesting, right? Because we're seeing the formation. I wouldn't say we're seeing the idea yet of Amorim and a style of play yet, but I think that's not on Amorim. I think it's more he's got to try and coach it and be in time on the training pitch, and also having the right profiles. We're missing that athleticism. The wing backs we haven't had. We can see Dallo and Mazraoui, and we're just all like, oh, Ahmad is our best wing back. He's not a wing back. Do you get what I mean? But it goes to show, because Ahmad can attack, having an attacking wing back, that shows what he can do. So getting Dorgu in who can get forward, getting Kawendo in the summer. And out of every transfer, by the way, guys, we've been linked with and stuff, Kawendo is the one that excites me the most. I know he's 17, but the pace and the athleticism to get up and down the flank, cutting onto his left foot, can be a winger as well. Like, it's going to be a breath of fresh air next year when we have wingers. I am telling you guys, when we have the wing backs in, it's going to change Man United. You can see how bad we look without natural attacking wing backs. It's basically like playing with a back five. Having them in, athleticism up and down the pitch, heaven. I can't wait. I can't wait. Striker, wing back 10, and a ball playing 6 in the summer. Yes, 100%. Striker, yes. Wing back 2 of them, Dorgu, and another wing back, Kawendo. A 10, Acuna, I'd love. A Morgan Rogers, I'd love, but he's never leaving Villa. But of course, I'd love Morgan Rogers. And a ball playing 6. Grace, I'm so glad you said this. I'm so glad, because when you look at Michael Carrick, right, and some of you might not have even seen Michael Carrick in his prime, one of the most underrated footballers in my life, in my Premier League life. England would have done much better if they didn't play Gerrard and Lampard together, and they said, Michael Carrick, you play there in the number 6. What a player, what a profile. Ever since he left this football club, Man United, you've not replaced him. Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Fellaini, Casemiro, there's Matic. No, you have never replaced Michael Carrick. You've all given us spells for 3 months. I remember Casemiro when he first came in. He was doing all right, guys. Matic, when he came in, the Pogba, Herrera, Matic midfield, that was fine for a few months. But when I'm talking, give me that proper midfielder that control the games and, you know, can set the tempo. We've never had it. Agate can't do that. Agate's fine, guys, to play in this midfield, right? But get me someone next to him that can just be on the ball, be comfy, be composed. We need that. And of Grace, I am so hoping, right, that despite we needing a 10, despite needing wing backs, despite needing a striker, we get a centre midfielder in the summer. If we don't, you lot, I'm going to be pissed off, man. I've got to be real. I'm going to be annoyed. Because we can all see it. Like, I think the mad thing is for me, yeah, and you guys are watching, is that we're not really arguing about what we need. We're all in the comments. We're all interacting with each other, and we all know what positions we need. We'll all say the same thing. So if we can see it, I'm sure Amorim can see it, and I'm sure the board can see it. So make it happen. Make it happen. Like I said to you a year ago, Ty, you're a humble guy and I respect your honesty and your people. Bless up, man. Yeah, love that elite baller. I really appreciate that. They're kind words, man. So thank you. I hope you're good, man. Have a blessed weekend, my brother. I think it will be a wing back who can play 10, but can't see us getting both. Maybe Quenda. It has to be Quenda. Yeah, it has to be Quenda. Great age, already played under Amorim. We need a right-sided player. Anthony's going to leave, and he's a right-sided left-foot player. And also, do you know what as well? I want Ahmad a bit further forward, right? But having Ahmad at right wing-back and showing what he can do as an attacking wing-back who's also left-footed, we look so much better with Ahmad there. So actually, we get a proper profile that has played there and mastered it to a degree, getting better at it. Obviously, he's only 17. Could you imagine how better, like Ahmad in the right 10 and Kowenda, who's a natural wing back? Oh my heavenly Lord. Perfect. Man United could look so different next season. We can't obviously talk about hypothetically what it's going to look like, but we will look at it in the summer and do streams and stuff. But Dorgu at left wing back, Kowenda at right wing back, a number 6, like Grace has said, a striker, and a number 10. My question to you lot is, where would Bruno fit into this? Where would Bruno fit into this? Guys, make sure you run up the likes. There's 50 of you in here. Please smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I hope you're enjoying the content. What we've been discussing, obviously, is Marcus Rashford. I know we've gone off into other topics and stuff, but it's good to interact with you lot and talk about different things. If you're just joining, Marcus Rashford is close to agreeing a deal to join Aston Villa. Loan with an option to buy. Loan with an option, which means we won't see him playing a Man United shirt again. If it works, Villa will buy him. How much do you think we should sell Rashford for? That's what I want to ask you lot. How much should we sell him for? I'm putting it up there. I'm putting it on here. Guys, I want to know. I want to know what you think. Give me your reasons. I'm going to get it up on here. I want to know. I need to know. I need to know. I actually want to know what you guys think. 100%. It's got to be that way now. I'm putting it in bubble. There we go. That's better. How much do you think Rashford should go for? And like, look, there's no right or wrong opinion, but with a loan being an option to buy, Villa are going to be looking at spending money. They've just had 60, 70 million coming for John Duran. They're not going to buy straight away. No way are Aston Villa going to go out and spend that money straight away. But how much would you sell Rashford for? Contract until 2028, 300 grand a week, doesn't want to be at the football club, potentially selling to a rival. But also, don't look at Rashford for all his bad spells in terms of the last 4 to 5 months in this season. Think about when Rashford's good and he's scoring goals, how much he can impact Villa. Villa are technically also a rival. Look at it with an open mind, guys. This is what I'm trying to give you everything. Like Elite Baller said, I'm very balanced. Think of the pros, think of the cons. How much are you selling Rashford for in the summer? Because what I've got to tell you guys is it's going to be a loan with an option. It's not going to be an option that we then say in the summer, okay, he's done well, we want 70 million. No, it's going to be a loan and it's saying, right, this is the fee. So Man United have got to agree a fee now with Villa. So you've got to work out, like, what if he's bad? What if he's good? What can he bring to them? What he's done in his last few months? His attitude. There's so much that you've got. His contracts to 2028. Yeah, the brand itself, the Marcus Rashford brand. Let me get through some of these, man. Sean is saying 50 million. That's for, I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. Grace is saying 10 million. Oh my God. Grace. No. Not you're trolling me, man. You're trolling me. It means they'll have at least 140 to spend. 50 fair. Big up Mashari says 45. Yeah. That I was looking at 40 to 50. That's what I was looking at. So 45 is nice. I think it's realistic as well. I think 50 million, we're not getting that. Even though I like it, and I agree with the other comment, but we won't get it. I think 40 to 50 is fair. Yeah, 40 to 60. 25 million is what Canrach says. John Kennedy, 25 million. Can I give him away? Raw, you really don't like him, Grace. Wow. Okay, fair play. The brand Rashford itself commands a high fee. And then Abdi is saying 25 to 30 million. Look, we cannot get less than 30 million. Can we all agree on that? We can't be selling Rashford for less than 30 million. He's 27. He still wants to play for England. He's going to have the hunger. He's going to have the desire to want to go there and work. So I'm thinking, right, if Rashford goes there and does well, we should be selling Rashford for at least 40 million. It's got to be 40 million. It's mad. I know. Do you guys find it mad? We're not going to see him in a Man United shirt again. He's done. He's done. Like, we're never going to see him in a Man United shirt again. Never going to see him in a Man United shirt again. Can't believe it. It's like, wow. Rashford is actually not going to be in the Man United shirt again. And it looks like a deal that's going to happen. It looks like it's going to go through now. And it makes sense. There's no reason for Rashford not to go. The upside in Rashford leaving, there's so many more pros than cons. And that's the truth, guys. Playing with Watkins and Rodgers. Playing at Aston Villa, Champions League, Unai Emery, moves away from Manchester, better environment, and Man United get our money in the summer. Win-win for Man United. Got a player that's leaving that don't want to come. don't want to be there, sorry. And Villa are getting a player that's an England international, and he's going to start on the left-hand side with Jacob Ramsey. He can definitely take his spot. So it makes sense, 100%. And then I think Tel could potentially come now. I think Amorim can sell it to him, Jarji. I do. I think he can sell it to him now. And it's a loan again for Tel. Loan. We don't have to panic. If it works, we buy him. If it doesn't work, cool. We don't have to stress. That's what I would say, guys. 100%. Can you like this video? Please make sure you subscribe if you're new. If you could do me a favor quickly, when I end this, in the original comments, not the live chat, put great show, or like put your comments in how much you should sell him for. Let's have a debate in the comments, and I'll reply to everyone. Put in the comment how much you think we should sell Rashford for. Because guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. But I love that you guys have watched this show. I love that the numbers have been over 50. I'm glad that some of you are new and you're loving this content. You're loving the authenticity with you guys. I'm just balanced. I want to be real with you lot. And we'll go from there, really. So, yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. Like this video so much. Big up all of you lot in the comments. Have a blessed day. I love you all. I'm remembering the names now. And I'll be back with another video, even live this week. So I really do appreciate it. But Marcus Rashford to Aston Villa. The deal is going to go ahead. It's the right move for Rashford. Let me know in the comments after this video right now how much you think he should go for. Big up.